I think you have to physically remove the options, actually. Which he probably did because he didn't want people lowering the graphical fidelity of the game. Because a lot of developers are overly focused on that sort of thing. So anyways, we're here in the folder path. I'll just present this to you guys. So here are the settings. We got, look at this, see? Video configuration data. Oh my, it's very limited. That's not good. So here we can affect full screen with screen height, prefer refresh rate. Uh-huh. Alright, but look here though. If I go into quality configuration data, you can see here that we have numerous things. Texture quality full. That's an unhelpful value. Why did he value it that way? I guess I'll select low. LED bias low. Gamma false. Technically I want that. That's already on low. Anatrocity partial. Can we go off with that? Normally one uses values like 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, like if you have quality settings like low, medium, high, and highest, that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4 respectively, with the higher values being the higher quality. In this sort of thing, I have to kind of make guesses what words he wants to use because he didn't use the numerical system that is really kind of the numerical system's kind of the standard. I don't know what the hell this is. I mean, it still kind of makes sense, but it's definitely written for the developer to know and nobody else, if that makes sense. Hopefully those settings will do something. I kind of would like to turn the, but this doesn't affect the emotion blur. Let's go into the other. All right, so here's the problem. I've only affected a few things. I've affected the level of detail, which could be a lot of things. I've affected texture quality, which that's pretty straightforward. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. What is this again? I always forget what this says. Graphics. Yes. The method of enhancing the image quality of textures and surfaces of computer graphics that are oblique viewing angles in respect to the camera. Yeah. It's the filtering type. Okay. So if we just turn that to off, that should disable it. Same with anti-aliasing. The problem here is I do not see ambient occlusion. I do not see bloom. I do not see dynamic lighting settings. I could try adding them in, though. Let's try this. God. AO, ambient occlusion is either usually keyworded as its full name or as AA. It's probably going to be the full name. Let me make sure I spell this right. I hate spelling this. Ambient occlusion. Yeah, that's how you spell it. So if I go in here and I seeing that other words are combined together, it would be one word like this. And it would be, I guess it would be false. It would either be false or off. Probably off, though. And then I guess we'll do bloom off. I'll probably include all this in the video, by the way, just to demonstrate what I have to do. YouTube, this is the under the hood stuff I have to do for some video games because the developers couldn't bother to give me options in the menu or even a decently organized config file. This is the worst config file I've worked with in a while. So anyways, we're going to save those settings. And one more thing we're going to do before we close completely out of this, we're going to go to properties and we're going to select this to read only. I've learned that at some points, some developers are so insistent about certain settings that if you do tinker with the config file, then when you load up the game again, it'll actually just revert the settings back. By setting this read only, I can confirm that it won't do that. All right. So let's start this up proper. And YouTube, you can finally learn what game I'm playing. Sorry that this is a unorthodox, I suppose, unorthodox sort of start to this video, but it needed to be done. So let us begin. The light keeps us safe. And hopefully, we'll see results that improve the frame rate. Hopefully it won't crash because I've done those setting changes. Oh, look, it's crashing. Isn't that just cute? Oh, I know why. I made a mistake in the config file. I forgot to end each section with /bloom/ambient occlusion. That was my mistake. I'll go ahead and fix that. All right, it's now fixed. Well, the game started anyways. How odd. We're gonna restart it though, because I want to make sure that the stuff I just set actually stays right. Okay, there we go. Read-only mode. Right. Let's see if that did anything. Poizaz says, welcome to another failure for some hours. Well, Poizaz, the last game we had that on was that really wonderful Vector FPS game. And that was actually a computer setting that was a computer setting on my end that was basically conflicting with the game. That was not the game's fault. I just want to point that out. The developer was really friendly. He kind of helped me fix the issue, and then after that, the game ran flawlessly. So that failure for an hour was a failure for that one stream, but it was not a big deal, and it wasn't the game's fault. In this case, though, all right, so as we can see here, with the light keeps us safe, I have done almost nothing to affect the frame rate for the looks of it. It still seems to be about 15. Maybe it's slightly better. I don't know if I've even turned off detail. I still see depth of field. I still see some bloom. The depth of the field is the main problem. You can kind of see that because the thing's blurring around the character. But, right shame that. Well, we'll just go ahead and hop into this. But yes, YouTube, I just want to explain. Sorry for that boring intro to this video, but it needed to be showed. There's too many games. There are too many games that I have played for Howler for an Hour where I have spent a fair amount of time editing the game, editing the config files, trying to find the config files. Maybe they don't exist. Maybe they're encoded. Maybe they're somewhere I can find. Just to try to improve a game that doesn't have video settings baked in. And frankly, unless the game literally looks like a potato, these settings should exist. These settings should be available to the consumer, especially for a retail product. In any case, let us begin and see if this is playable. The light keeps us safe. I have the video. Okay, the menus have broken. The menus have broken. The video menu will not go away. One moment. This is lovely. The video menu is overlaying itself and I can't get rid of it. Well then. How cute. One moment, please. I'll restart again. Oh, I can't quit. Alright, let's hit the X button then. Right. Yes, YouTube. Thank you for the patience of watching the intro to this video if you did so. I finally wanted to show off what sort of shit I have to deal with at times when trying to do games for Howler for an Hour. Because there are so many times I just do that off screen, and Twitch viewers are aware of it. Twitch viewers get to kind of witness what I'm doing, but I always cut it out for YouTube. I never bore you guys with those details. But for once I wanted to bore you guys because it was important. It was important to demonstrate what sort of failures of what sort of failings of actions some developers do. This is not, it's important to have your game run well in addition to running prettily. In any case, The Light Keeps Us Safe is a game that I was quite interested in. I actually watched a YouTube video on this game and I was quite fascinated by it. It actually seems like a really great concept, and it's a real shame that, looks like we're going to be mired by frame rate issues just because of the fact I couldn't really change the settings. Even spending all that time trying to mess with the settings, it doesn't seem like I've made much of a difference. Isn't that a disappointment? Oh well. Let's try to play anyways, at least for a little while. Obviously, this is not the worst running game I've played. I played far worse as far as frame rate, but this could completely mire a perfectly good experience. Anyways, we're in a bunker. And we don't have any resources, but we do have resource requirements up there in the upper right.
You are lucky.
Oop.
In a way. You got to hide down there for so long. But now you have to deal with it all alone. I'm sorry. But you do.
I should probably turn the audio up, I just realized. There we go. Can you tell YouTube about the new HAL? Well, the YouTube will hear the new HAL at some point. Probably not in this video, though. Because I just have this little hunch that I'm not going to go to the end of the timer. But we'll see. We'll see. Man, just turning around feels awkward with this frame rate. So we're in a bunker. And things are very quiet. I'll give this game credit. Honestly, there's a reason I wanted to play it. This game does a lot right from what I can tell. And it honestly seems very engaging. If you have the computer to handle the requirements, I suppose. Which, granted, clearly, I don't. You can blame me for that, I suppose. But, still, I don't feel this experience should be, well, something I couldn't work with settings, you know? I feel like I should be able to do something to make it all work, but, yeah. So, how do I... Ah, F key. Okay. Right then. The next room is dangerous. Please dodge the tripwires. What tripwires? Frame rate. I think I know this game, and if it's the one I'm thinking, it will be a bad game. Honestly, when I saw it being played...
You're running out of food if you haven't run out already. You're going to have to go outside. You should have gone into the light like the rest of us.
I'm sorry, Scottish Lady. Can you stop judging me? I mean, should have done this, should have done that. It's the fucking present. Stop living in the past, Scottish Lady. Ooh, I can see out this door. That's interesting. Can I go out there? It's out there. Alright, I'm just gonna play some games. Ed, I'm playing games. How are you bored?
There'll be something useful around, of course. I think we left a few things behind.
Oh, I have a flashlight.
You'll be able to use that device for a bunch of things. But it looks like it needs work.
Flashlight. I need components. So the objective of this game is basically to get components to upgrade the cool flashlight I have. I know that much. Too bad we can't upgrade the frame rate.
We knew something was wrong. Something wrong with the machines. But at first we couldn't see them. By the time we figured this stuff out, it was too late. We had to go into the light.
Good work, buddy. You figured out stairs. Good work, dude. You figured out that second to last step. Congratulations. That was the final boss, actually. What? I am noticing little, beyond the obvious issues we've already talked about, I am noticing little issues in this game. We've seen a few problems. We've seen a few problems. I mean, we've seen a few problems here and there, unfortunately. Chloe. Oh, yeah, that's really cute. Look at that, guys. I just realized when I sprint, we get a stupid motion blur effect. I love it. It's very subtle, but it is there. I don't like it. I don't like it. What? Ooh, do I like those? Well, they don't like me. Ow, fuck. Yeah, they definitely don't like me. So the trick in this game is that your flashlight's a... Fuck. Weapon. Oh, wow. Do you notice how much I shake and wobble and stuff when I get hit, too? That causes even worse frame issues. That's another thing I'll complain about. I don't like Bloom. Most times. I don't like ambient occlusion, depth of field, motion blur most times. There are good applications of these things, but they're few and far between. But one thing I really don't like is if you get attacked in a video game and you start shaking about. That usually fucks frame rates for me, too. Again, I guess you can blame my computer, but beyond that, I find it fucking annoying. Because when you get hit in a video game, don't you want to be able to focus and leave that situation in which you're getting attacked? But no, let's just get whacked around. Let's just have our camera jerk wildly. Much better that way. Oh, motion blur. Everyone loves that. Let's add more. I don't know why. Does anybody actually like motion blur? Because it's in so many video games. The best video games tend to let you disable it. But it's in so many video games. Does anybody actually like the motion blur? I mean, it can kind of be cool maybe in a cutscene, but when I'm in gameplay, I don't want that shit. I feel like a lot of these things are fine in cutscenes or in movies or whatever, but if I'm playing something, it interferes with the experience in my book. I mean, think of depth of field. All depth of field is essentially things in the distance look blurry. So it's like you have nearsighted vision. It's like you need glasses. That doesn't enhance gameplay. It might be cool in a cutscene to have some sort of like in and out blur of different background elements, but again, in gameplay, it just interferes with your ability to see. Same thing with bloom a lot of times. Bloom can be used effectively, like if it's cool glow on crystals and it doesn't affect anything bad, but it can also be things like the sun glaring down at your face in a first-person shooter and blocking your view of an enemy. So it really can be all over the place, these sort of things. It's weird, though, considering I don't ever hear anyone liking motion blur, and yet it appears on everything. So developers think the motion blur is enjoyed. But that's it, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, we're back. All right. I'm just going to wait patiently for everybody to say the game broke the stream. You know what? No, I'm not continuing. I'm not continuing this shit game. I don't know what's working. My screen is messed up. If you guys are hearing this, say banana, I guess. And when I eventually can read the chat again, I'll know. Maybe. Please wait patiently, though, if the stream is working. And if it isn't working, I'm sure you guys will wait patiently for me to return, knowing that the game probably did something because the game's a piece of shit. And we have seen this. So if you aren't hearing me, I can try. You guys are still aware. Yep, oh, stream crashed for me. There it is. Is it... Wait, it's actually working? Refreshing fixed it? The moment I saw it crash, I'm like, okay, it's dead for good. I'm attempting to murder the game right now, if anybody can still hear me. Or attempting to murder the game before I can do further damage. Wish me luck. Come on, come on. I can kill you. I can kill you. I know I can. Would anyone mind doing me a little favor, since I'm currently locked up a bit here? While I attempt to fix this, would somebody mind going and checking the video feedback? You can check like past broadcast. You can actually check the current broadcast and check older parts of it. No, Control Alt Delete did nothing. You could check older parts of a broadcast and tell me if the stream actually like broke or if it actually continued during that time. Like, since you say it's still working. If you're wondering, all I'm doing is, since I can't even pop up Task Manager. Never mind. I can pop up Task Manager, but it's currently not responding. Lovely. What I'm trying to do is simply hit the X button on the game window and hopefully get it to understand I want to stop existing. That's what I'm currently trying to do. It's really tricky, though. At least Kurosnaga was entertaining. But yes, it seems like the video feed did not break. I will check this myself when I have a second. But otherwise, please sit tight. And YouTube, since you'll probably be hearing this portion, yes, this is a shit show. And I hope I made it clear at this point, with the slower intro I also did, that some games should not be developed in certain ways. I think we can all agree to this at this point. I'd love it if I could get Task Manager to work, but currently, while my mouse is moving and I'm able to click things technically, things are quite frozen, and you guys will just simply have to wait until I'm actually able to regain control of my computer. I think what's frustrating most right now is the fact that out of the last 3 Howler Fright hours, this, to some degree, a game has locked up my computer every single time. That is extremely infuriating. I'm quite tired of badly made things. Oh, good news. I finally got access to close the game. The game was absorbing 5 gigabytes of memory. This is technically alright, but if a container crashed, I don't know if that's a big deal. Alright. Things are on the way to recovery. Firefox is currently lagging out, but will recover, I imagine, in a moment if I give it time. So, you guys, I'm not able to read the chat, even though things are recovering. Just keep that in mind. However, welcome to the chat room, it tells me. That's nice, thank you. And it's freezing. And a web browser, what would you like to do? Let's just stop that webpage then, I guess. What webpage, actually? So the game is dead, but things are still problematic. Windows wants to report a problem. Okay. Yes, I am aware. That game was stupid. Don't worry about it, Windows. It comes with the territory playing Howler for an hour. Firefox continues to glitch. I might have to restart it. I might have to restart a number of things, but let's just sit and see what it does. Things are recovering, though. Just please wait. Right? Do I have access to the chat now? Sort of. Sort of. Sort of. Oh, okay, we're back. We're back for the chat. Right, that is definitely going to be the end of The Light Keeps Us Safe. I have had quite enough of it at this point, and I believe we all have as well.